Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of GreedyCraft with X582. So, I may have done a thing. First off, we have reutilized this area beside our farms, both upstairs and downstairs. This one is growing Asgardium, and these are the seeds that, will generate other seeds. So that was obviously an issue. Why is this not getting sorted into our... I forgot to turn this on. Did I forget to turn this on? May have forgotten to turn that on. But in any case, Asgardium feeds here. Upstairs, we've got it doing the aerolite and the aqualite. And again, these can't be farmed in the regular farm because they'll drop seeds and muck up the system if they're not their own special area. So, aerolite, aqualite, Asgardium, that's taken care of. This is still just, doing what we do. Got a whole bunch of Infernium essence, obviously. Bruh. How is this getting mucked up? Odd. Maybe we'll have to increase that output. Didn't usually have an issue with it. But just not to muck up the system, we'll throw that stuff in here. Sort of like our cash flow. See, look, it's already backing up the aerolite seeds. So we have a spot that we can put these seeds as well. Which we ought to do that real quickly. Sorry. Something I could have handled off camera, but so we've got this little temporary thing right here, right? And we've got it filled with those seeds. Just for the moment. We can take this down here though. And open up the spot just for these seeds now. Since technically it's not really full. Hold on. Let's open up our key here. See, if we look at it with an empty hand, you can see there's just one of those. But why isn't it letting me get it? Do we have some lag issues? Lag? Yes? I think we have some lag issues. So we will put these seeds in there when it lets us. There we go. So now all those seeds are in there. It should be starting to pick that up from our system as well. And we'll do the key. Make sure it doesn't swap out something else. Cool. Starting to get those seeds clearing up our system a little bit, right? Let's just help it along. Make it faster. And this one's like right here. Okay, so now we have a spot for all those seeds. Eventually we're going to have to open up another spot. This one right here for the Asgardium seeds. But with that being done, that means that we could pretty much just throw a whole bunch of stuff in here and let it just process. So that's what we did, and it didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. We have 98 aerolite, and with this we have 104 aerolite, which is enough to, or very close, only 4 left to making the Chromaforge actually. So very close to that. Nowhere close as far as the materials go to make a chroma still, but hey, or a chroma ingot, whatever. But hey, getting there. But we also, in the meantime, I don't know if you noticed our power situation, we used a crap ton of power. And that's because we made 10 awakened cores, which actually wasn't as high as I thought it was going to be. It seemed kind of daunting, but everything seems kind of daunting until you really get into it, because obviously we needed 20 of these. And then you look at that and it's like, bro, that's 80 of these things, which is freaking 300, like, oh god, dude, like 320 of those things. But I mean, those things is not real hard to come by. It's everywhere. And remember, if you remember when I passed that meteor on the way to the get my butt kicked by the dude, and I put a waypoint to it, draconium, yeah, it's a lot just in that meteor too. So that was easy to do, easier than I thought it was going to be. Of course we had the diamond and the gold, that wasn't an issue. So now we has 10 awakened cores, and we have 10 modifier slots on our armor. and we're going to use every single modifier slot we have on our armor when we go to the armor station, because I'm not a nub and I knew exactly what I was doing that whole time. Yeah. So, we can do another one? I thought we only had one thing on him. Does it just count? I guess maybe it just counts as that. Okay. Because it has, okay. So that's chaos resistance 5 on the helmet. Well, if that's the situation, we can do even more. Alright, so this also is 25%. So that gives us a total. That's 25, 50, and then another 25 between these two. 75% reduction. I was honestly thinking maybe we'd have to make a whole new set of armor or something, but now that I know it doesn't necessarily take up an extra modifier slot every time I put that on there, that means I could throw some more on here and get up to 100. So we may do that. I guess we'll give it another shot. I mean, you guys like watching me get my butt kicked, right? That's a thing. Let's make that happen. So we'll throw this in here. In our inventory a little bit. Here. Okay, man, this is even full now, isn't it? Huh. That there. Throw our piggy guy over there. Maybe the laser gun will do work for us again. We'll just throw that on there, right? So, without further ado, let's go see about getting our butt kicked again. Right? Yeah, this way. That's where we died at. So it's obvious. Now the laser gun, obviously this isn't going to do much damage, but it's instant. So maybe? I mean, 75% reduction right now for chaos damage. And we got our shield for the regular damage, the blood stuff for the regular damage. So maybe, who knows, right? Let's see how much damage he does to us now. First off, I'll get these things. Not, oh, yep. Still bad. Now you're gonna have a bad time. Alright. Well, we didn't lose too much, right? And now you can see what I'm talking about as far as, I mean, we'll have to make more energy as far as everything goes, because making those 10 that we just made ate up the energy, man. Ate up the energy. So we have to recuperate that a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, our energy, it's not our energy, what you call it, generation. Could do an upgrade as well. Could do with an upgrade as well, because we're only making 8 KRF a tick right now. You know what I mean? And there were points where I was using like 600,000 RFK a tick when I was making this stuff, because you know I was just throwing it in there and letting it auto craft, because hey, that's what you do, right? So maybe we'll have to chill out on that a little bit and let our stuff reload, and maybe get started on this Chromaforge. Let's see. Really, dude? Why am I doing it like that? Aeon Steel, which is used in Chromaforge. Okay, so don't that. I think we can make this one. We got access to. Kill the Gaia Guardian rank 3. That obviously we have access to. What's the stuff that actually... Ooh, man, that's a lot of stuff actually. Most of this stuff we can make though, or we have access to. Draconic metal. Each one of those takes a draconic metal too. Okay. But at the very least we could start making this thing. So just do that. Okay. Let's take these guys down for a little bit. So we know it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall and 7 wide. I was thinking about putting it over here. Obviously, I think this is tall enough, but 7 wide would mean like... Let's get the Aeon Steel going. Like all of our Aeon Steel. Okay. Okay, yeah. But hey, requires 12 Aeon Steel blocks. So let's look at the footprint of this thing. I may actually just let it go out. You know what I mean? Because 1, 2... If we put... Actually, it would have to go like... Thinking like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't go into this thing, but if we went out of the actual building, right? Like actually built it out that way, that could be a thing. So could actually... I mean, I don't think we have much of a choice. And I don't even know. I've never made this before. We've started approaching the part of the game that I have no experience in. So I'm thinking that this is just like the others, where it has an input and one output, basically, like the other ones did. So it's not like, you know, we could basically fit that because the face is so freaking big. You can do like an input, output, input, output. I mean, obviously we're going to need a lot of power as well. The rest of this stuff doesn't really seem too hard to get accomplished. So let's do some building, eh? Alright, so we're back. We got the skeleton of it built out, but I thought since we're going to be getting into the logistics of, okay, how much power we're going to do and everything. So this is the skeleton of it. Seems okay to me. I don't mind it where it's at. Seems like it could move over one, but trust me, it's symmetrical. It's just that thing right there isn't, so it is what it is. In any case, we've got the Perithium all ready to dump in there too, but we had to start thinking about this stuff, so... looking at the power, I looked at this, and, or I guess I should say I looked at the Chromastil recipe, and it seems the most per tick it takes is, I guess this takes more. Dude, it's a ridiculous amount. So it could possibly take up to like 10,000 FE a tick. So you'd want to get it around this one right here, this huge input. We have the stuff to get to that huge input, so well that just accepts 32. Yeah, so that's the one we're trying to get to here. Whew, man, it's a thing. But yeah, we had most of this stuff actually ready to go because thanks to the Mystic Agriculture just, you know, blazing farming away stuff, you know, in between episodes. Well, or not just in between episodes, but really while we've been doing other things. I've been trying to stay vigilant about planting that stuff and making sure it's growing. That iridium is a good thing we did that when we did, because that took a bit of iridium, and I hadn't been mining that stuff at all, so that's good that that happened. In any case, we are working up. This is a normal one we already have, so now we're going for reinforced. Cool. Now we're going for big. Nice. And then last but not least, huge. So need a couple more iron still. We got some in here though. It's been chugging away. It's been doing a good job. Listen to the system. All right. So this one accepts 32,000 RF a tick. And according to our thing, the most this thing asks for is like 9,000 a tick, right? And that's for some of the recipes for chromium. So let's just make sure 9,500 is about as much as we see in this, right? Yeah, it looks like it. So we'll go and say this should be enough. Even if we decide to upgrade it, this should be enough. So this will be our power input over here. Boom. Done. That's our power input. Item input. We need the same setup. It looks like, again, from what I can see, for this recipe at least, which is the one we're mostly concerned of, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this can do a total of 28, actually. So we may need to actually increase this a bit. So, like I said before, I doubt we'll ever get to the point where we're using all of these, but just in case we do, it's better to be safe than sorry, I guess. So, that being said, we want to have the ability to do 28 if we need to. There we go. And that technically would be a 16 slot plus a 12 slot. Or a 9 slot. Yeah, it's going to be a 16 slot plus a 12 slot. So, again, I doubt we'll end up using all those, but it is what it is. So that should handle our input. Right? Huge item input and big item input. Should never need more than that. Okay. So we got the power, we got the input. Let's go with the output. Obviously, we're going to do a small output because I don't think there's anything that this forge is used for. It creates more than one output either. Right? No. Okay. So, let's do our output. And of course, we need another one of these guys. We're going to need a lot of these guys anyway. And again, those seeds for the... I did make those redstone seeds. They came in handy because, yeah... Gonna need that tiny output. That's all we need. This big this big old thing, all you need is one tiny output. That's all we're gonna need. All right, so that being said, we can now start filling in this other stuff, right? We need, yeah, I think it will be. So let's see. Let's just see, shall we? Oop. And if my calculations were correct, which they always aren't. Oh yeah, we gotta put that blaze rod in there. Okay, let's do this then. Whew. This will have blazing urethrium too. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's a whole wait. There we go. So that's a whole thing of that. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to see. I think I'm gonna like spam the 3 real quick. And then come over to the side and do the 1 on the side. And then the corners. So I kind of like keep track of where I'm at. Oh man, that actually still hurts, huh? How about that? Not immune to the blazing theridium. That's for sure. Okay. That's gonna make that fun to place. Okay. In fact, it's gonna make it so fun to place. I think I'm just gonna fill this glass in. That's all the glass we needed, and we're gonna go in from up here. All right. We're gonna go in from the top of this thing. All right. I created fly down. Okay, okay. So let's spam these 3 on both sides. We do the sides of it and the corners. Now, I think it only goes up 1 more level. Do we have to completely... I think we gotta completely cover this thing now that I think of it. Okay. 2. We'll keep that open real quick. Hold on. And then in the middle of those is what the... Yeah, that's draconium block. We'll finish this side off first real quick. And then we'll put the 3 of these down. Then put this guy. Put this guy. And if my calculations are correct. Boom. Yes? Yes, maybe? Maybe yes, maybe no? No, no? What am I missing? Ah, Chromaforge is completed. Look at that, guys. We've done it. Oop, go back down. I want to look at it. It's pretty. Alright. So, that is completed. It is in there. One less thing. And that was like a pretty big project, obviously. Those guys, this guy right here, that's a thing. And I'm gonna leave it here, like where I put it. Let's see, gonna grab this. There we go. It does look a little off-centered. Again, it's really because of the way the rest of this stuff is. It's centered in the room, that's for sure. Let's go for the glass. And put that back in. Was it just like... Boom. So it's like a pane over here. And then a pane right here. There we go. So yeah, that is our Chromaforge. Hath been completed. So one less thing, right? Chromasteel iron on the way. Whew. But anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed that episode of watching me get my butt kicked and then watching me craft this big old thing right here. And as always, leave comments, subscribe if you want to motivate me to do things faster, and like on the video. And you guys have a great day.